Hello. In this second video, I will discuss to you about the official rules of softball. The Rule 5 to Rule 8. The Rule 5, it talks about the game. Meron siyang 8 section. Sa Rule 6, it's all about the pitching regulations, fast pitch only. Meron siyang 12 section. And meron din siyang modified pitch, meron siyang 12 section. Slow pitch, meron siyang 11 section. So sa Rule 7, meron siyang batting, meron siyang 6 section. Sa Rule 8, batter, runner, and runner, meron siyang 10 section. So, let's start. Rule 5, the game. Section 1, choice of turn at bat. The choice of the first or last bat in the inning shall be decided by a toss of a coin unless otherwise stated in the rules of the organization under which the scheduled games is being played. So, Section 1, choice of the turn at a bat. Ibig sabihin, pag sabing choice is the option, right? Before starting the playing game, meron tinatawag na toss coin, right? Kung on field ba mo or on bat. So yun yung choice of the turn at bat, right? Section 2, fitness of ground. The fitness of the ground for a game shall be decided solely by the plate umpire. Section 3, regulation of the game. A regulation game shall consist of 7 innings. 7 innings. A full 7 innings need to be played if the team second at bat scores more runs in 6 innings or before the third out in the last of 7 innings. A game that is tied at the end of 7 innings shall be continued by playing additional innings or until one-sided has scored more runs than the other of the end of complete innings, or until the team second at the bat has scored more than runs in their half of the innings before the third of the game. So, regulation of the game, let's make it short. Pag sabihin regulation of the game, nakadepende yan sa game kung merong 3 innings or 7 innings. Pag sabihin innings, ito yung parang quarter, right? Kasi, but wala siyang time. Depende kung on bat ba ka or on field. Pag on bat ka, 1 inning na yan sa'yo, right? 1 innings na yan. So, pag into 3-2 or depende yan sa game kung ilang innings. Dito nakalagay 7. So, pag in the 7 innings or the 7 quarter, for example, first bat kayo. So, ibig sabihin, first bat kayo. Pag after ng 7 innings, expectedly last bat kayo kasi yung napili nyo sa una is first bat. So, ibig sabihin last bat kayo. Right, ganito. Pag last inning na or 7, yung score niyo is 10. O, lagyan natin 10 sa 7 innings. Last na to 7 innings. Tapos on field kayo. Tapos 10 yung scores niyo. Tapos on bat yung kalaban. Tapos merong 2 outs. 2 outs tapos score nila is 10 din. So merong temporary runner kasi last na siya. So, tapos na out ninyo. So, yung innings, mag-additional lang 1 innings. Right? Instead na 7 innings, gagawin na 8 innings. Right? Gagawin 8 innings. Tapos, on bat naman kayo. Tapos, another score. So, once na natalo kayo, ibig sabihin, yung score niyo sa 8 innings is nakascore kayo ng 2. Tapos, na out kayo. Meron na kayong 3 outs. Tapos, on bat naman sila. Tapos nakascore sila ng 15, ibig sabihin, talo kayo. Yun, doon na mag-end yung innings. Right? Pag sabihin innings, para siyang quarter but without any time. Sa outs yan mag-base. Right? Yun yung regulation of the game. Para mas madaling maintindihan. Okay. Section 4, winner of game. The winner of game shall be the team that scores more than runs in a regulation game. The score of a called regulation game shall be the score at the end of the last complete innings until the team second at the bat has scored more runs that first team at bat in the completed inning. In this case, the score shall be that of the incomplete innings. The score of a regulation tie game shall be the tie score when the game was terminated. A regulation in the tie game shall be replayed from the beginnings. The score of forfeited game shall be 7-0 in favor team, not a fault. Section 5, Run Ahead Rule. A run ahead rule shall be used at all tournaments and championships. A run ahead rule shall be used at all tournaments and championships. 1. FP only. 15 runs after 3 innings, 10 runs after 4 innings, or 7 runs after 5 innings. SP only. 20 runs after 4 innings, 50 runs after 5 innings, and B. Complete innings must be played unless the team second at the bat scores the required number of runs while at bat. When the team first at the bat reaches the required numbers of runs in the top half of the innings, the team second at bat must have their opportunity to bat in the bottom half of the inning. 6. Tiebreaker. Starting with the top of the 8 innings and each half inning 3 after, the offensive team shall be given its turn at the bat with a player who is scheduled to bat 9 in FP, 10th in SP, 11th in SP with an EP, or 12 in co-ed SP with EPs. In that respective half inning being placed on second base, the player who is running can be substituted in accordance with the substitution rules. Note, if an incorrect runner in the lineup is placed on second base, this error may be corrected as soon as noticed. There is no penalty. Okay, section 7, scoring of runs. 1 run shall be scored each time a runner legally touches first, second, and third bases and home plate before the third out of the inning. Exception: when the tiebreaker is used, the runner is starting at second base does not have a touch first base in order for a legal run to be scored. A run shall not be scored if the third and or last out of the inning is a result of first, the batter runner being put out before legally touching the first base, runner being forced out including on an appeal play due to the batter becoming a batter runner, the runner fails to keep contact with the base to which he is entitled until a pitch is released, the runner fails to keep contact with the base to which he is entitled until a pitch is bat or reach home plate, preceding runner being declared out. Additional out appeals may be made after the third out to remove runs. Section 8, charge conference. Offensive conference. There shall only be one charge offensive conference in an inning. Note 1. Number 1. This includes the batter or runner on deck batter and the coaches among themselves. Number 2. It is not a charge conference when a pitcher is putting on warm-up jacket while on base. If the offense confers while the offensive team is in conference, provided the offense is ready to play when the defense is ready. A second charge conference shall result in the ejection of the manager or coach, insisting on another charge conference. B. Defensive conference. There shall only be 3 defensive conference in a 7-inning game. For every inning beyond 7, there shall be 1 charge conference per inning. Conference will not be charged if they take place at any time when the umpire has suspended play. So, Rule 8 is about the pitching regulation. Meron siyang tatlo, the fast, modified, and slow pitch, right? So, dito tayo sa section 1, It's all about the preliminaries. Before commencing the delivery pitch, the pitcher may not take the pitching position on the near or pitcher's plate without having the ball in its possession. Shall not be considered in the pitching position unless the catcher is in position to receive the pitch. Must have both feet on the ground within the 61 centimeter or 24-inch length of the pitcher's plate. The hips shall be in line with first and third bases, and both feet must be in contact with the pitcher's plate. Must, while standing on the plate and with the ball in either the glove or the pitch hand, take the signal or appear to be taking a signal from the catcher with the hands separated. Must, after taking the signal, brings his whole body to a full and complete stop with the ball held in the ball or glove with both held together in front of the body. This position shall be held or not less than 2 seconds and not more than 5 seconds before releasing the ball. Note, holding the ball in both hands to the side of the body is considered in front of the body. Section 2, starting the pitch. The pitch starts when the hand is taken off the ball. The pitcher makes any motion that is part of his wind up. Yun yung starting pitch. Section 3, legal delivery. The pitchers must not take any motion of pitch immediately delivering the ball to the batter. The pitcher must not use pitching motion after having the ball in both hands in pitching position. He removes the hand from the ball, take the backward forward swing, and turns the ball both hands in front of the body. So, otherwise, the legally delivery, it's all about kung paano mo i-deliver yung bola, yung tamang execution ng ibig sabihin yung pivot, tapos yung pivot saka i-swing yung kamay and direct. Yan yung legal delivery. Section 4, defensive positioning. Defensive positioning. A pitcher shall not deliver a pitch unless all defensive players except the catcher, who must be in the catcher's box, are positioned in fair territory. So, defensive positioning, yung mga sa on-field sila, yun yung mga defensive positioning, kung paano nila i-defense, hindi makascore yung mga on-bat. A fielder shall not take a position in the batter's line of vision or with deliberate and sportsmanlike intent act in manner to distract the batter. Note, a pitch does not have to be released. The offending player shall be ejected from the game, with a runner on third base trying to score by means of a squeeze play or steal. No defensive player may step or in front of home plate without any the ball or touch the batter or bat. Yun yung defensive Ibig sabihin sa defensive positioning, expectedly kasama dito yung squeeze play, kung paano i-manage ng player na makascore from third base to scoring base, magalaw-galaw yung player, meaning doon mapasok yung defensive positioning, kung paano nila i-defense na hindi makascore yung player or yung runner. Section 5, foreign substance. No member of the defensive team shall at any time during the game be permitted to use any foreign substance on the ball. A pitcher who licks his finger must wipe off his fingers before making contact with the ball. Note, if any defensive team member continues to place a foreign substance on the ball, the pitcher shall be ejected from the game. Section 6, the catcher. Let's make it short, yung kasi medyo mataas siya. So, ibig sabihin, explain lang natin yung mga important details or para mas madaling maintindihan. The catcher must remain within the catcher box until the pitch is released. So, consider yung catcher na sa likod ng sa harap talaga niya ng umpire. I shall return the ball directly to the pitcher after each pitch, including the foul ball. So, automatically, if yung pitcher na pag-pitch ng pitcher tapos hindi na bat ng player or na bat niya tapos hindi niya tamaan tapos na-catch ng catcher, that is a strike. So, automatically, the catcher i-throw doon sa pitcher. Pasa niya ang bola. Note, an additional ball shall be awarded to the batter Exception to this does not apply. Section 7. Throwing a base. The pitcher, after he has taken the pitching motion, shall not throw to a base during a leave ball while his foot is in contact with the pitcher's plate. If the throw from the pitcher's plate occurs during the leave ball appeal is cancelled. The following is the effect for all section 1 to 7. Section 9, warm-up pitches. Warm-up pitches. Yung explain natin yung mga sections lang para mas madaling mo. Like warm-up pitches, yung kanina. Warm-up pitches at the beginning of the first inning for both teams. When a pitcher relieves matters more than 1 minute may be used to deliver not more than pitches to the catcher or another team member. So pag gamitin warm-up pitches, yung included doon sa field is yung catcher at saka pitcher. Catcher-pitcher, yung ipapractice nila kung anong mga movement, kung ano yung of course, mag-observe ng surroundings. Warm-up pitches yung tawag doon. Yung pitcher yung mag-warm up. Section 10, no pitch. No pitch shall be declared when? Hanggang kailan? The pitcher pitches during the suspension of play, so bawal. The pitcher's attempts to quick return of the ball before the batter has taken his position or when the batter is off balance as a result of a previous pitch. So, ibig sabihin, pag hindi pa ready, pag ready yung batter or any circumstances happen in the play, ibig sabihin, no pitch. Kasi, hindi siya hindi talaga siya allowed or valid. Section 11, drop ball. If the ball slips from the pitcher's hand during his delivery, the ball is declared on the batter and the ball will remain in play and runners may advance to their own risk. Pag sabihin drop ball, it is a matter of the pitch. Pero ang discard ng pitching kasi nasa high, low, dito sa katawan or sa side, kung sa right, kung ako yung pitcher. Yung drop ball kasi is pag ganyan yan eh. Nakadepende yan sa play. Section 12, illegal pitcher. A pitcher who has been declared an illegal pitcher as a result of the team exceeding the charge conference limit may not turn to the pitching position at any time for the remainder of the game. If the illegal pitcher has returned and has thrown one pitch either legal or illegal, he is ejected from the game. If he is discovered prior to the next pitch, the manager of the offensive team has the option of taking the result of the play or having the play nullified with runners returning to the last base held at the time of the play. Yun. So, Rule 6 is all about the pitching regulations and modified pitch only. So, modified na. Set 1, preliminaries. Before commencing the delivery pitch, the pitcher may not take the pitch. Same lang sila. Starting the pitch, legal delivery. Yung kaibahan lang ng modified pitch is about the movement and the speed limit. Yun. So let's proceed sa Rule 7. It's all about the batting. Same naman yun sila, yung kaibahan na talaga, yung speed, saka limit, yun. Rule 7, batting. Section 1, the non-deck batter. Section 1, the on-deck batter. The on-deck batter at the start of the inning is the lead of batter who must remain in his on-deck circle on the called the batter's box. So, ibig sabihin, pag natawag na yung nasa unahan mo or yung number 1, tawag na. Once na on-bat na to siya, for example, ikaw na tumitingin dyan. Monkey on bat, unggoy on deck. So, ibig sabihin, ikaw yung pangalawang on deck. Gets? Section 2, batting order. The batting order of each team must be on the score sheet, lineup card, and must be delivered before the game by manager or captain to the official scorer and the plate umpire. He shall submit it to inspection the manager or captain of the opposing team. So, pag batting order, expectedly, nandoon yan sa listing card. Kasi tawagin kayo isa-isa, yung on bat, on deck, on bat, on deck, on bat, on deck, hanggang 11 kung merong extra player. Yun yung batting order. Section 3, batting position. The batter must take his position in order in the batter's box within 10 seconds after the umpire has declared play ball. So, pag sabi ng play ball, batting position, ibig sabihin nandun ka na, nagka-position ka na papunta doon, tumitingin sa pitchers kung saan niya itapon yung bola. So, that was we called batting position. Pag dineclare na ng umpire ng play ball, yun. Next is the section 4, a strike is called by the umpire. Yun. Ay, let's make it simple na lang. Section 4, a strike is called by the umpire. Expectedly, if yung straight talaga ito umpire, dito yung umpire, catchers, pitchers, and third base. Straight talaga yan sila, align talaga yan sila. So, yung umpire, magtingin talaga yan doon sa strike zone. Yung sa square, meron ng square, for example, let's make it imaginary strike zone. Kasi alam naman yun ng umpire kung saan yung ball, kung saan yung ball 1, kung saan yung foul, which is ball 1 to ball 4, ball 5, strike 1 to strike 4. Pag sabi yan, strike! Yan, pag na strike, hanggang sa makita niya kung saan yung strike. Okay? Ito yung tatawag na a strike is called by the umpire. Umpire ang pwedeng mag-desisyon. Section 5, a ball is called by the umpire. Okay. For each legally pitched ball that does not enter the strike zone or touches the ground before reaching home plate and is not swung at, touches the home plate and which the batter does not swing. Section 6, the batter is out. Okay, the batter is out. The batter is out, or let us say standing out. Yun yung SO sa baseball. Pero sa softball, same lang yan sila. Section 6, the batter is out. Alright. Pag yung batter nandun sa may batter position, once na strike siya ng 4, nag-strike siya ng 4 na beses, hindi niya natamaan, may tendency papunta siya doon sa first base kung hindi masalo ng catchers. Once na nasalo ng catchers, or let us say na out siya, naka-4 siya na strike tapos hindi niya natamaan, that was automatically the batter is out. Tapos magpunta doon yung umpires, tapos sabihan ng umpire yung ng batter, batter's out, yun. Section 6 yun. Rule 7. Rule 8, batter, runner, and runner. So, merong 10 section. Section 1, the batter becomes a batter runner when he legally hits a fair or foul ball, when the catcher fails to catch the third strike before the ball catches the ground, there are less than 2 outs and the first base is unoccupied, or there are 2 outs. This is known as third strike rule. The ball is in play, the batter becomes batter runner with liability to put. Okay, right. Pag naka-strike, ito. Pag yung batter tapos natamaan yung bola pero hindi na punta doon sa field, na pag ibig sabihin, in other words, na tamaan lang ng konti, parang ito yung bat, tapos ito yung bola, tapos dito lang, pero natamaan siya ng konti, pero nasalo ng catcher, out na yun siya. Pero once na natamaan tapos hindi na catch ng catcher, there are tendency na tatakbo siya doon kasi hindi nasalo ng catcher Pero once na catch ng catcher yung bola, out na yun siya. Once na hindi na catch ng catcher yung bola, tapos natamaan mo yung bola na konti lang, dito sa goods yun. So, pwede kang mag-run into first base kung makascore ka. Kasi parang mabilis pa yung bola kaysa sa'yo. Section 2, batter runner is out. Batter runner is out. When the catcher drops the third strike and the batter runner is legally touched with the ball, activation prior catching the first base. So, batter runner is out. Ano ko na yan, na-explain ko na yan. Section 3, the batter runner is not out. Okay. The batter runner is not out. When a fielder makes a play on a batter runner while using an illegal glove, the manager of the offended team has the option of taking the result of the play or having the player resume batting, assuming that the ball is strike count prior to the pitch, with other runners to the base held at the time of the pitch. Section 4, touching bases in legal order. Runners must touch bases in a legal order. First, second, third, and the home plate. Exception, if runner is obstructed at a base, preventing the runner from touching at that base. When a runner is returning to the base left before a caught fly ball is first touch or the miss base while the ball is in play. We must touch the bases in reverse order. The ball is in play and runners must return with liability to be put out. Section 5. Runners are entitled to advance with liability to be put out. When the ball leaves the pitcher's hand on his delivery, when a pitch ball is bat, on a thrown ball is fair battle that is not black, on a thrown ball that hits an umpire, when a legally caught fly ball is first touch, when a fair bat ball strikes an umpire for a gamer after having passed a fielder other than a pitch, and provided no other fielder had a chance to make an out or has been touched by a fielder including the pitcher, when a leaf ball becomes lodged in offensive player uniform equipment. Yun yung ano. Section 6. Runners forfeits his exemption from liability to be put out. If at any time he fails to touch a base, he is entitled to before attempting to make the next base. Exemption. If a runner is obstructed at a base, preventing the runner from touching that base. If after overrunning first base, he attempts to continue the second base. If after dislodging a base, he attempts to continue to the next base. If on illegal pitch not hit, he attempts to advance beyond the one base to which he is legally entitled. When advancing beyond an entitled base due to a fielder intentionally contacting a thrown ball with a detached equipment, a fielder intentionally contacting a fair bat ball with detached equipment, when advancing beyond a protective award base, when he has been constructed, when advancing beyond one base on an illegal pitch that is also passed out or a wild pitch. Section 7. Runners are entitled to advance without liability to be put out. When a forced to vacate a base because the batters has awarded a base on balls. When forced to vacate a base because the batter was awarded to base on balls. So, Section 8, a runner must return to his base. Okay, right. Let's make it short. A runner must return to his base. For example, magbigyan natin ng example para mas madaling maintindihan. Section 8, a runner must return to his base. Okay. Pag nasa first base ka, for example, sa first base ka pa lang. Tapos ako yung batter. Once natamaan ko yung bola, natamaan ko yung bola into fly ball, tapos na-catch ng mga fielders, automatically out na ako. Tapos ikaw na runner, yung sa first base, nakapunta ka ng third base. Once na nakita mo na salo, bumalik ka doon sa first base. Bumalik ka doon kasi nasalo man, hindi man na drop into sa ground. bumalik ka doon sa first base. Kasi once na nasa loob niya ng fielder, the fielder thinks na hindi ka bumalik, ipasa niya doon sa first base, tapos itap ng first base yung mga defensive player, itap na yun sa plate, tapos automatically out ka na kasi hindi ka na bumalik. Pero once na nag-fly yung ball, tapos ikaw sa first base, ikaw na nasa first base, tapos nakita mo yung bola na na-catch ng catch ng fielder, tapos bumalik ka, goods yun. Right? Nagets? Yun yung a runner must return to his base. Yun yung pinapa-iwatig dito. The runner is out. Okay. Let's make it the runner is out. Yun yung scenario ko kanina, section 9, the runner is out. Yung sa first base ka, tapos pumunta ka sa third base, tapos na-catch ng fielder, for example, ako yung batter, mag-bat ko, tapos sa fly ball, na-catch ng runner, tapos na-catch ng fielder, tapos ikaw na nasa first base, napunta ka sa third base, tapos yung fielder automatic pinasa niya sa first base, tapos wala ka ron, the runner is out. Ikaw yung runner, ikaw kasi nasa first base ka, ikaw kasi yung runner, nasa nasa field ka. Yun. Section 10, the runner is not out. Yun. The runner is not out. For example, ibalik natin yung scenario kanina. Ikaw na nasa first base, tapos ako na batter, na fly ball, tapos ikaw na nasa first base, nakita mo yung bola na na-catch ng fielder, tapos bumalik ka doon, ibig sabihin, hindi ka na out. Ang na-out lang doon, ako, kasi na-catch ng fielder. Tapos ikaw, bumalik ka sa base mo, ibig sabihin, the runner is not out, hindi ka out. Save yun, save. Pero hindi pa score kasi hindi ka na umabot sa home plate. So another batter na naman. Yun. So and that is the rule 5 to rule 8. And I hope may natutunan kayo dito sa aking second video, and see you next week.